Okay, this is GamerBlave, and we're back with Shadowrun Dragonfall. And if you missed the last episode, then, well, a number of things happened. Well, we raided a software development company called OTK Technologies, which is actually responsible for, most pertinent to us at least, the communication software that runs in the comm devices for the Knight Errant. And the reason we did that actually was kind of to pave the way for the mission that we're going to be running for Frau Mueller, who's going to be paying us, I believe, 36,000 Nuyen to wipe out the As Technology Corporation building in Berlin. Okay, we're going to be just taking out that building, but they've got a lot of security there. But she's kind of freaked out about this project Bloodline that they're doing. She hasn't really told us a lot about it, but we're kind of going on her word there, and the lot of money that she's paying us for it. But anyway, Paul Amsel put us up to it, and I guess he's going to tell us hopefully that he got his bad software in. So I want to talk to him. I want to look at the third DVD that we have recovered from old Green Winters, and then we're going to go on this mission. Now, at the end of the last video, I said that I was going to level up. What I ended up doing was actually picking up quickness, because I'm still kind of getting a feel for how these how the leveling up system works. But quickness is actually or all these skills actually within here are contingent upon quickness. So like you can't get a level, you can't go higher in any of these skills than you have in quickness, at least as I understand it, because I couldn't pick up 6 in range combat without quickness. So I guess you have to go up here with this, and that's also why none of these go up above 9. I guess this one caps out. So you have to first have 9 in this before you can have 9 in anything else, I guess. That's how that works. So, interesting. But anyway, that's where I went with that, because I'm kind of wanting to get that. I do like melee weapons a lot, but I'm kind of, I guess, preferring the ranged stuff. But anyway, I digress. That's where I went. I also picked up a little bit of medical supplies and a little bit more jazz. I don't really use jazz very often, but it is nice to have just in case. Paul Amsel, Blave, a job well done as usual. And the plan has worked swimmingly, I might add. I'm already patched into the Knight Errant comm system. If and when they summon their high threat response team, I will know. As soon as you're finished resupplying, I'd recommend heading directly to the Jivul, I don't know how to pronounce that, Jivul district? I believe almost all W's in German are V's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jivul district. A commercial district shared by a variety of competing corporate interests. As Technology controls the largest share of the district, including the major utilities that serve it. You will find the facility that you will be raiding there. Considering the level of security that As Technology is running, I wouldn't count on medical evac being available on this run. In fact, I'd bet against it. That means that if anyone falls unconscious in there, they'll be buried when the building collapses. Obviously, you can't let that happen. I'd suggest stocking up on medical supplies before leaving the Croix Bazaar. No medevac for this run. Got it. Noted. I'll buy Ezkabil's supply of medkits and Bomona contracts. I've already got, I bought all of his medkit 2s, the best ones that I can buy. Perhaps I should go buy the gold Bomonas. One last thing, Blave. Frau Mueller sent a message while you were on the OTK run. She says that when you reach the sub-basement of the facility, you will find a security door. This door's mag locks can be opened via a voice print recognition system. Apparently, Frau Mueller surreptitiously recorded your meeting. She claims that she has added your voice print to the Aztechnology database. Huh. Alright, go on. If our client is to be believed, he will have the necessary access to open the door. The rest of your team, however, will not. When you reach that door, I recommend grouping up. Only you can open it, and there's no saying what you'll find on the other side. Frau Mueller didn't tell you? I'm not crazy about these new details coming in. She should have briefed me about all this earlier. Agreed. Our Frau Mueller is clearly out of her depth. That said, we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. We desperately need the money she's paying for this job, and we've already committed ourselves by attacking OTK. Despite Frau Mueller's lack of professionalism, we need to press forward. And that means that you're going to need to get past that door. Go now, Blave. We need to strike while the iron is hot. I concur. We do need to take care of this. Now, I do want to check in here, in my equipment here. So I think I've got one Bimona Gold Trauma Kit. I'm gonna go ahead. Whoops! I did not mean to do that. Wait, was that the? That was not what I wanted there. Can I okay, I can get my stuff back. I want this. But perhaps I should go buy some more Bimona Gold Trauma Kits. And I'm gonna go do that. And I'll try to remember to cut that out. Alright, gee whiz, those things were 500 bucks a pop. They only had 2 of them, but I did go ahead and do it for the extra safety. So I will dump 2 of those on my party members. Now, Glory actually gets one, and I will bring her on the mission with me. And I think so. I'll bring Blitz, Glory, and Dietrich. I think I'm going to leave Iger out of this one. The reason I'm going to bring Glory is because she's a medic, so I think that's going to give me a little bit more survivability. So she'll be able to be doing some more healing. I think Iger's probably a little bit better in a fight than Glory, but you know, it's how it goes. So I guess we will see. We will see if I end up regretting that or not. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this this last DVD. We have not looked at the 3rd DVD yet. A soft whirring sound fills the air as the ancient DVD player spins the disc up to speed. The scratched LCD display comes to life and a menu fills the screen. Track 1. The display goes blank for a moment. Then the face of Green Winters winks onto the screen. The timestamp for the video reads 2042-805. I was thinking about Adrian today. Not as he was when he disappeared. Not as the fabled Dragon Slayer or the big-time CEO of Deal Defense. I was thinking about when we were kids. Well, I was always more of a kid than he was, of course. He's 15 years older than me. In a way, he was more like a parent than a brother. Winters pauses. His gaze drops to an invisible point on the table in front of him. So I was thinking about this time when we were on holiday. Our parents took us to the island of Poel to enjoy the beach. I must have been about 5 years old. Adrian was 20. It'd be his last family vacation with us. A year later, he'd begin his meteoric rise to fame and fortune. But on this trip, he was my brother. And when I fell out of the little paddle boat that our parents rented and started sinking fast into the Baltic, he was the one who dove in to rescue me. You saved my life that day, Adrian. I'll love you forever for that. And I will find you. I owe you that much. Winters disappears, and you find yourself back at the menu screen. The display goes blank for a moment, and then the face of Green Winters comes onto the screen. The timestamp for this video reads 2049-66. Found an old news article that mentions Adrian from way back in 2036. It was printed in a financial magazine called Das Finanzwesen, one of those chic print-based mags that they produced for the retro crowd. There aren't any clues in here, but it's good to see someone else acknowledge his existence. He clicks off-screen, the off-screen button. The image of Winters disappears. It's replaced by a digital scan of a magazine page. SK stock suffers in post-buyout brain drain November 12, 2039. In the aftermath of Dragon Lofweir's hostile takeover of Saderkrupp Schwerindustriegesellschaft, SKI, a continuing brain drain of high-level executives is causing ongoing worry among company shareholders. The company's stock took a major hit when Lofweir deposed former CEO Wilhelmina Graf Benoit last August. 3 months later, long-held power positions within the SKI empire continue to empty as the Dragon consolidates his power base. The most recent casualties of Lofweir's takeover include Alexandra Kobayashi, former COO of Sader Munitions, Matthaus Donner, former treasurer of Ruhr Datafax, and Werner Harding, former CEO of Diehl Defense. Harding stepped into the role to replace Dr. Adrian Vauclair, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances 2 years ago. Winters' face winks back onto the screen. So there you have it. That's what they had to say about Adrian a mere 2 years after his disappearance. My brother. The footnote. Winters disappears, and you find yourself back at the menu screen. While this track does load, it's clearly corrupted. The screen fills with a meaningless stream of text. Yeah. Track 4. Well, this track does load, it's corrupted. Okay, so that one's corrupted too. Track 5. A rattling sound fills the air as the disc grinds in its tray. A few seconds later, the screen's... Oh, here we go. Something useful. Dr. Vauclair, 2034-910. It is my sad duty to inform you that, by unanimous vote of the Aufsichtsrat, I can't pronounce that, your position as CEO of Diehl Defense will be terminated at the end of this calendar month. Your continued misallocation of company funds to pursue personal agendas cannot and will not be tolerated any longer. The supervisory board is not unsympathetic to your mental state. The trauma that you endured during your pursuit of the Dragon Feuerschwinge must have been enormous. But your continuing obsession with the dragon, the dead dragon, I might add, has proven a negative influence on this company, and an unjustified drain on company resources. The board wishes you all the best in your future endeavors. We have prepared a generous severance package to assist you in this time of transition. If there is anything more that we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to ask. Werner Harding. The disc spins down, and you find yourself sitting at the main menu. So I wonder if that, I'm gonna write that name down. Not sure. I'm not sure if he mentioned that name before, but Werner Harding might come into play. So it may come into play. But anyway, so we've done that. We've got the equipment. Now that being said, we did find out in the last mission, as your guys level up, it doesn't seem like you can replace their normal guns, the ones that they kind of have. You can't really replace them, but you can give them other guns. They do get other slots. So I could, go buy like a new pistol for Glory or something like that. So I could get her like a better handgun, or I could get another SMG for Blitz or something like that. But I don't know if those are going to be the best investments. I guess I'm going to have to weigh those decisions. I haven't made those decisions yet, and I don't really feel like making them right now. So let's go on the mission. Oh, this isn't how you go on a mission. That's not how you do that. You go to the U-Bahn station to go on a mission. I forgot how to play the game. It happens more often than you'd think. But we'll get it done. We will get the job done. We always do. Assemble the team and travel to Az Technologies' Berlin compound to sabotage their Bloodline research project. Okay, so we're going to be taking Glory here. Blitz, whoops. And, whoops. Dang it. And the old Dietrich. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. I know I say it in every mission, but I really wish you could take them all. Bloodline. Az Technology, a giant in the worlds of technological and magical research, one of the most powerful and feared corporations on the planet. There are very few places in this world that the tendrils of Az Technology cannot reach. Germany is no exception. The black glass edifice of an Azzy pyramid dominates the courtyard of the Citadel Spandau, and countless other, more innocuous facilities can be found all over Berlin. The lab that they maintain in the Jevuel district is one of these. According to your client, the project that the Azzies are working on here is dangerous. So dangerous that she's paying you to bring the entire building down. Oh, this is going to be bonkers, people. Okay, so I'm going to bring 2 medkits per person. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got Glory. Hang on. First of all, let's definitely replace that. Definitely replace that hunk of junk. Blitz. You definitely need a Bumona here. Bumona. As does he. And go ahead and grab that. And might as well grab another one as well. Dietrich won't have grenades, or doesn't really need grenades. Well, I say that now, and I'm going to be like, dang it, I really wish he had some grenades. Let's see, let's replace that with some jazz. I like the jazz because I like the AP for 5 rounds. I really do like that. Yeah, let's hang on to that. And let's replace that. Where was that high explosive grenade? I don't even see it. For some reason, I only see the high explosive grenade. Oh, I put it on him. That's why I don't see it. Okay, who wants the shotgun? I'll put it on... I guess I'll put it on Blitz. Why not? Why the heck not? And there's not really anything else we really need to do here. I think we are probably good to go. As far as I can tell. Game auto-saved. The Jevuel district is everything that your client made it out to be. Corporate complexes of all description crowd into one another, competing for the district's limited space. Lights burn in all of the windows, but the streets stand empty. No shoppers, no pedestrians, nothing but silence. Dietrich. It's quiet out here. A friend of mine did a job here once. Told me that the local wage slaves are all issued efficiency apartments deep inside the compound. Apparently, they've got all the buildings linked up on an underground tram system. Bed to cubicle in less than 5 minutes. Most days, the poor bastards don't even get to see the sunshine. That ain't living, it's a slow death. He shakes his head. I just don't get wage slaves. Man, I really, really don't. You are leaving controlled sector. I don't know how to read that. Berlin. Okay, so, whoa, okay, wait, hang on a second. I guess this is where we are going? Interact. There's a little helicopter up here. Searching the dead drop, you find a package with the telltale markings of the Schockwellenreiter. As Technology, this is an open request for research data from As Technology, Javul District Branch. The Azis conduct their research in secrecy. They use their money and power to obscure the truth. We will uncover their secrets. We will share them with the world. We will level the playing field between As Technology and its competition. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information. Schockwellenreiter. Okay. Oh, that reminds me, in the last, we did get, definitely worth newing into the right buyer. We got the OTK financial data, but we did not do anything with it. So, whoa! Luca Dewar, your comm link crackles with static. A moment later, the sonorous voice of Luca Dewar begins speaking into your ear. Hello again, Blave. I have an opportunity for you. Oh, man. I hate his opportunities. I'm really wishing I didn't get into bed with these guys. I'm hoping I have, you know, I'm really beginning to hope, and I kind of talked about this earlier, that I have a chance to just take these guys down a peg. You are in an As Technology facility, yes? Well, that facility is also home to an executive, a small man who foolishly believes that he is beyond our reach. In this, he is mistaken. Would you like to deliver a message to that effect? As long as it doesn't get in the way of what I have to do. This is such a simple task, I can't imagine that it would. All that we need you to do is whisper a phrase into his ear. We are pleased that Project Vincent is going so well. If you wanted to embellish the fact that he is receiving this message in the one place where he feels the most secure, we wouldn't stop you. And that's all there is to it, a simple job, but an important one. I've already marked your target's current location on your PDA. We have great faith in you, Blave. Please, don't disappoint us. Well, something tells me the dude will just completely flip the heck out and go bonkers. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is going to go... Okay, hang on. Let's just take a quick peek around the, Yeah, so we've got to go in the front, and we got to go guns blazing, like, right from the get-go. unless I'm seeing something wrong, like, this is just, like, no guts, no glory, we're going in, and we're going in hard and fast. Your comm link buzzes. There's a series of clicks as the connection is established. A moment later, Paul Amsel begins to speak. All right, Blave, that's the As Technology complex just in front of you. You'll note the heavy security posted at the front door. Those are Az Technology employees. They're dangerous to be sure, but you could probably take them out without too much difficulty. Unfortunately, the Azzies have also contracted Knight Errant to protect this facility. They're the ones that we need to worry about. Just to reiterate, you'll want to keep a low profile on this run. Get in and out as quickly and quietly as possible. Knight Errant keeps a high threat response team on site, and you don't want to tangle with them. Trust me on that. If you don't need to go loud, give it everything. If you do need to go loud, give it everything you've got. You're going to be reducing the building to a smoldering crater anyway. But I highly recommend stealth over a frontal assault. Thanks for the heads up. No problem. If I were you, I'd begin by trying to find an alternative path into the building, something out of sight. Once the facility calls for help, you're going to be on a tight timetable. Well, I mean, that's what I was trying to do, is look for an alternative way in. But, okay, it looks like we've got inspect. Cheap corporate art. Looks like marble from a distance, but on close, it's clearly injected molded plasticrete. Look at this dude over here. He looks serious. LTG worker. Do. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain we can just... I mean, I'll talk to this guy, but let's see what happens. This LTG tech's coveralls are smeared with sweat and grime. A scowl is plastered across her face. She takes a quick glance at you, then turns back to her work. Unless you're here to help me fix this panel, you'd better stay the hell out of my hair. Otherwise, I'll call security and have them drag you out. I'll have Blitz take a look at the panel. Quickly, Blitz shows her the problem. 2 mismatched connections. Hey, yeah, you're right. She looks up at you. The scowl has disappeared from her face, but she doesn't look happy either. Look, I really appreciate the help, but I have to do this myself. I'm already way behind, and corporate's gonna have my ass if I don't get it done before lunch. Ah, shoot. I really need to have, I guess I really need to have more charisma and more strength. Man, charisma's been one I've been talking about for a long time, and I have been building it up. I just, just don't have enough. Oh, goodness. That is a bummer. That's a bummer. It doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of other options. That was probably my other option right there. And, I'm assuming, barring that, it's pretty much the front door and guns blazing. A shoddy built soy calf shop looks like it's closed. A human and a dwarf, both their early 20s, stand huddled in the courtyard. They don't seem to notice your approach. She's been gone a long time, Myra. I'm getting worried, aren't you? She's my girlfriend, Heimerick. Of course I'm worried, but she can handle herself. On the streets, yeah, but against the Azzies, I just don't know. She'll be okay. Brave words, but her tone tells a different story. It's plain as day that she's worried sick. Oh man, I don't know what to do, Myra. And I still say that she's messing with the Azzies was a bad idea. What else were we supposed to do? That compound of theirs is lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree. They've got more power than they know what to do with. We need juice, Heimer. Our solar collectors are garbage. If we can't keep the lights on after a few days of cloud cover, how do you think we're gonna survive the winter? I know, Myra, I know. But couldn't we have just bought some secondhand panels? They can't be that expensive. She sighs. We could have, sure. Before Danny spent our last handful of new yen on those forged key cards. She straightens up, puts on a brave face. She'll be fine. She'll be back any second now. Just you wait. She looks up at you, her expression guarded. Yeah, what do you want? Couldn't help overhearing going up against Aztechnology. We're not going up against anything. She gestures broadly at her own body. Do we look like Shadowrunners to you? We're just improvising, trying to stay in business. He gives Myra a significant glance. The only way we can. Could you two use some help? It sounds like your friend has gotten into trouble. Her tone is sharp. We'll be fine. What we don't need is a stranger butting into our business. So just go away, all right? Have a nice day. Myra, look at him. That's a professional. He can help us. He takes a step towards you, his arms wide. Please, man, we do need your help. She just doesn't want to admit it. If it's bad for the Azzies, it's good for me. I'll help you out. Oh, thank God, and thank you too. He turns to Myra. Give him the spare key card that Danny bought. He's going to fix this for us. You can see the mistrust in her eyes, but after a moment's hesitation, she begins to fish around in her bag. Finally, she produces a thick plastic key card. She hands it to you. This'll get you into the utility tunnel. Danny went down there about a half an hour ago. She said she'd be back in 10 minutes. Find her for us, okay? Please, bring her back safe. Well, I can pretty much guarantee you she's toast. And if she's not toast, she's gonna be toast. Because I'm bringing that mother down. Somebody spent a fair amount of money on this utility hatch, and it's been plastered with anti-tampering warnings to prove it. Take a closer look. A cursory inspection shows you that the hatch has been mag-locked, a fairly sophisticated model from the looks of it. Short of using an authorized key card, there's no way you're getting past that thing. The indicator light on the mag-lock changes from red to green. There's an audible thunk, and the hatch pops open, revealing a ladder leading down to the utility tunnel below. Nice. Well, I did not really think that we were going to be getting in without having to blast our way through a bunch of dudes at the front. But, you know, this game never fails to surprise me and go against what I expect. Well, never mind, there she is. She's got a couple of drones on her. In an instant, you size up the scene playing out in front of you. A young elf dressed in the same shabby chic clothes that the cafe kids were, Danny, cornered with no place to run. A pair of Aztechnology security drones closing in for the kill. The drones are low grade, but they're armed, and Danny's hands are empty. She's in trouble and she knows it. The futility of her situation is written all over her face. An instant later, the drone sensors alert them to your presence. They spin in unison to face you. Intruders detected, weapons detected, lethal force authorized. Danny's eyes widen and she hits the deck. The panic spills out of her in a scream. Look out! Holy crap. In the open. Eat it. Okay, glory. What is this? Oh, hail of bullets. I think at this particular situation we can probably take this guy out without really worrying about getting into cover. I think we can take out 2 drones with 20 HP apiece without worrying about maneuvering. Danny looks you up and down. When she's finished sizing you up, she puts her hands on her hips and smiles. Thanks for the rescue. It takes a pair to bring a weapon into Azzy territory. Everybody knows that they shoot first if you're packing. I wouldn't have risked it. Life in the shadows is all about taking risks. Wasn't much of a risk. Those drones were second-rate at best. Heimerick and Myra sent me. They're worried about you. Oh, Heimerick worries about everything. Price of being a dad, I guess. She smiles. Myra's got faith in me, though. Anyway, yeah, I'll admit it. I got in over my head, but only a little bit. The drones wouldn't have shot me. I wasn't armed. But I wasn't looking forward to spending the next week in an Azzy interrogation cell. I've heard stories. They are true, love. He shakes his head at her. Word to the wise, if you're fool enough to try something like this again, carry a gun. Better to be shot than to let them take you. I'll take your word for it. I'm not planning on making a habit of this. She slaps the side of the power conduit with a smile. And I shouldn't need to. The tap's all hooked up and ready. Impressive. Heimerick wasn't convinced that you could pull it off. Yeah, well, it's amazing what you can teach yourself to do when your livelihood depends on it. Blitz leans in to inspect her work. Yeah. Looks like a pretty solid connection. Nice soldering job on the contacts there. I'd say that you're good to go. He straightens, casts a glance back at you. You know, Chief, we could use this setup to our advantage. It wouldn't be too hard for me to manufacture a power spike from here. We could overload the Azzy's power grid without disabling the generator's safety overrides. It wouldn't cause any permanent damage, but the confusion might give us an opening to get into the building. He shrugs. Your call, of course. Just thought I should bring it up. Danny's eyes go wide. Whoa, hold up. If you do that, they'll trace it. As technology will find the power tap and they'll come down on us. We just saved your life. You owe us. Overload the Az technology power grid. Tell it to someone who cares. I can't chance getting caught in there. The stakes are too high. I can't chance getting caught in there. We can make it worth your while. I wonder how... No, you can't. There's nothing you could give us that would make up for what you're talking about doing, so please just drop it, okay? You're right. Nobody needs that kind of heat. I'll find another way in. Fine. I mean, they were saying they could buy some other solar panels. I'm like, okay, well, how much money is that going to cost? I can give you a little bit of scratch. We're doing this job for 36 grand. I could give you like 2 grand. Go buy a solar panel. Some better ones or whatever. Oh, fine. Thanks. You know, some people say that Shadowrunners are ruthless criminals, guns for hire, just out for the money. It's good to see that this isn't always the case. I'm gonna bail on out of here. I've been stuck in this tunnel too long already. Like you said, the others are worried. But if there's ever anything we can do for you, come by the shop. You'll be welcome at our place for life. So unfortunately, this tunnel is not... Unfortunately, this tunnel is not actually a way into their facility, which was what I was really hoping. And that's kind of a bummer. That really sucks. Danny looks up at you with a smile. There he is, our hero. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for bringing her back to us. Yeah, thanks. And thank you for helping keep the Azzies off our tails. If Danny had been captured, it would have been bad. She reaches up, grabs Danny's hand, clutches it tight. Worse than bad, babe. A lot worse. She looks down at Myra and smiles, squeezes her hand tight. Anyway, thanks again for the rescue. We all owe you a lot. If there's ever anything that any of us can do for you, you just let us know. So wait, now they have a shop? Is it the soy calf shop? Because I don't really care about that. I mean, at least in terms of buying a soy calf. So, I mean, I am pretty darn sure here that we are really not, yeah, I mean, we have really, I think, exhausted the alternate routes in, unless this key card gives us access to this. Which it does not. You never know. Unless you check. Can't talk to that dude. I don't see any other, you know, platforms in. I really don't. I really, really don't. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. Yep, so this is going to be more along the lines of, I guess you'd say, my traditional style of gameplay, in that I, you know, stealth and the diplomatic options usually end up failing when I try them. I suppose I could overload the power grid. That option is open to me. I just, unfortunately, they don't give me what I think that it would probably be realistic to buy them off. Although I guess since that door is right there, and that, you know, I guess they're tapping it directly into here, you know, they would be led right here, which I guess, you know, would point to their livelihood. So unless I could, you know, afford to buy out their entire shop, which I guess would probably be more than just a couple grand. So, you know, that might be tens of thousands. I don't know how much that's actually worth. So maybe that's not actually practical, you know, unless, you know, once again, you did have enough money to be like, well, I'll just pay for you to relocate your shop or something to that effect. But, you know, once again, realms of practicality. So I think what I'm going to do here, since I do have a decent bit of footage already, is something that may be a little bit different than what I've done before. I think I'm going to release this video in 2 parts, and I'll go ahead and release them. What I'll try to remember to do is release them around the same time. I don't want to release them a couple of days apart, because oftentimes I do release them, you know, either a day apart or sometimes multiple days apart. But I'll try to release this one in 2 parts and release them on more or less the same day to keep it from to keep this video from being multiple hours long. And I think that will kind of behoove this video, at least in terms of pacing. So what we've done is we've got here to the Az Technology Corporation. I think we've exhausted all of the additional entry possibilities, and it did give you several. And honestly, you know, I probably would have been able to get in here if I had put more into charisma, and I think I was only 1 away. And honestly, I had really considered that, and if you watched my last, or I think it was my last video, I had strongly considered putting my last karma into charisma, but I just didn't do it. So that's kind of a bummer that I did not do that. But you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do to keep this video from going on a little bit too long. So if you like this video, then go ahead and drop it a like. And if you liked it a lot and you want to see the rest of this playthrough, most specifically and urgently, the assault on Az technology and hopefully the demolition of this building, unless of course we find out that Frau Mueller has betrayed us and something else is up. So if you want to find out the conclusion of that, or of course anything else that I may be playing on this channel and you are not already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe as well, if you are so inclined. But regardless, as always, thanks so much for watching, and we are going to be picking up right here next time.